What's going on, my PT peeps, my Walking Dead family, and my fighters? I'm One Eyebrow, also known as PT. You don't know if I'm winking or I'm blinking, but I'm definitely thinking about The Walking Dead. Spoiler warning for The Walking Dead show, comics, spin-offs, everything related to The Walking Dead. Spoiler warning. Now, not everyone will survive. We'll talk about what that means, who said it, what could possibly happen in the season 10 finale. We have to wait and wait some more until we get to watch it, but we always like talking about The Walking Dead. Let me know your thoughts. Post your comments below. But first, guys, I know I say it every video, but we're super close. We're like right there for 100,000 subscribers, but we need your help to achieve it. Hit that join button to become a value member of our PT channel, Walking Dead family, and ring the bell to be notified when we post videos every day. Now, comicbook.com wrote this: maybe not everyone will survive The Walking Dead Season 10 finale when the postponed episode 16 premieres later this year, teases executive producer Denise Huth. Sunday's Season 10 Episode 15, The Tower, ended on a cliffhanger when Whisperer Beta unleashes his walker horde in the direction of the abandoned hospital tower, hiding evacuees from across the Alexandria, Hilltop, and Oceanside communities, but a plan has been hatched, forcing Daryl and Carol and Kelly and Luke and other survivors to camouflage themselves beneath blood-covered ponchos, or meat ponchos I like to call them, in a last-ditch escape effort. Following the attack on Hilltop, they reconvene at the rendezvous point, and clearly things have happened. A little bit of time has passed, and they've come up with a plan. We don't necessarily know what the plan is, Huth said on Talking Dead. You definitely get the sense that they're preparing for an attack to come. They know it's coming, and how can they solve the problem of this giant horde? Beta is one thing, he's one man. Those thousands of walkers are a whole different deal. A lot were killed in the fire at Hilltop, but he still has a bunch, and as we saw in a previous episode, he's gathering even more. Which is crazy that there's so many walkers, but we have a plan. We stick to the plan. 4 teams of 2. We'll talk about who those teams are most likely, but what's the plan? To draw the walkers away? I mean, it has to, right? I mean, there's so many walkers there, they can't kill them all. I'm sure Carol has something up her sleeve, literally. And this is the time for Carol to shine, because she's been doing a lot of bad things this season, not on purpose, but it just hasn't worked out. You see Carol and Daryl there with the meat ponchos, and Judith is staying back. Judith is going to stay with who? Father Gabriel, Rachel, and I'm sure not everyone is going to leave. Remember, it's 4 teams of 2. That's only 8 people, and how many people were at the hospital? A lot more than 8. But we see these 3 looking on, and I'm wondering if it's Beta and the Whispers coming through the door that's blocked. Most likely it is. On comicbook.com, they also wrote this: Beta gathered more Guardians in episode 14, Look at the Flowers, using music the Whisper recorded pre-apocalypse when he was a prolific country music singer. Now threatened by the largest walker horde they've ever faced, Daryl warns, we're not all gonna make it through. But this is the only way. We're seeing the survivors more together. It's clear that they have some sort of plan, but there's still that fear, Huth said. There's still the knowledge that this is tricky, and that once again, maybe not everyone is going to get out alive. Season 10, episode 16 is titled A Certain Doom, and that is straight from the comics. Definitely check out our other videos to talk about more about that. But Beta is clearly running the show, and he has his walkers going towards the hospital. I'm guessing Beta's going to go inside the hospital, right, and try to get to our group. The walkers will probably stay around all the different exits, and the Whispers will probably be around, but Beta looks like he's controlling the walkers, like he's commanding them, like he says something and they turn and go. I don't think that's really happening. I think it's in his mind because he's cray-cray Beta right now for sure. But Beta and the Whispers have to go inside to push this through, and maybe the walkers can push the door, but the Whispers would have to be able to push a lot and then move the board and do whatever. And I'm sure this is Beta most likely putting his knife or an axe or something through the door, and poof, 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 here's Beta. It just reminds me of The Shining so much. Maybe that's what they're going for. And it also reminds me back in season 9 when Beta and the Whispers went into the building to go after Daryl and our group. But Daryl doesn't look to be inside the building like he was before. And if you think about it, Beta and Daryl fought, and it took Daryl's smarts and tactics and whatever you want to call it for him to knock Beta down an elevator shaft, and Beta still survived. So I'm not sure what's going to happen in the season 10 finale exactly with Beta, but I just feel like Beta's going to survive. If he can survive this against Daryl, how is he not going to survive if he goes against Father Gabriel or someone else, right? I mean, the fight between Daryl and Beta was pretty cool. It was a good start, but I really want to see Beta fight Negan and Beta fight Aaron and Alden and whoever and a couple people. But again, if he survived this, he's going to survive the hospital. That's for sure, right? I mean, he's going into season 11, in my opinion. I just feel like he's going to be a threat in season 11, and we need that. And if he comes through the door and Father Gabriel's waiting there for him, or a couple whispers get through and Father Gabriel fires a couple shots, but how many shells does he have left? And I just feel like there's something to Diane and Father Gabriel. One of these people, maybe both, don't make it out. Diane and Father Gabriel interacted in season 10, episode 15, and also season 10, episode 16. And what do you think is up with the arrows that Father Gabriel knocks out of Diane's hand? And Diane says, "Watch where you're going." I mean, Father Gabriel has a bad eye, so I mean, that might be foreshadowing of some sort. I don't know if Diane and Father Gabriel are both in trouble, but I don't see both of these characters making it out. Diane helps Father Gabriel get up. Is that what happens in season 10, episode 16? Does Diane do something to save Father Gabriel and Diane dies? Or does Father Gabriel die either way? They both die. They could happen because we haven't lost too many characters. I feel like it's going to happen in the finale. And if you know the comic connection with Father Gabriel and Beta, it could definitely happen in the show for the finale. But how are the kids going to get out? I just feel like Maggie has to come, save the day, rescue everybody, and that's how the kids get out. They clearly highlighted that they have a truck or some way of getting around in season 10, episode 15. You see Marco with the truck, and maybe that's how they got the kids there, and that's how they'll get them out. But they clearly highlighted the horses, so I'm not sure if the plan for Daryl, Carol, and the Meat Poncho gang is to get to the horses and to lead the walkers away, because they don't have enough firepower to take all the walkers and the whisperers out. I mean, I wish they did, and I wish Eugene was making bullets and they have enough artillery to take them down, but that's a whole separate video and topic. But we saw the horses and we saw this separate area, so Marco and Oscar, whoever's left alive, could definitely show up and get people away. But I just feel like Rachel, Birdie, Hilltoppers, Kingdomers, lesser known people could also die in the episode, but we'll have to see. And I feel like we're going to get 4 teams of 2, and we've seen some of them. The teams of 2 will be Jules and Luke, Daryl and Carol, Jerry and Kelly, and I'm not sure who the last 2 are, but I'll talk about that in a second. You clearly see the teams of 2 right here. You see Jules and Luke, Carol, Daryl, probably Kelly behind them. Jerry is probably going to be there because we see him in a meat poncho later on in the trailer in the opening minute clip sequence. So I would assume all these characters are safe. Now, the early spoilers that were going around from the Spoiling Dead fans many, many months ago, they said that Beatrice from Oceanside may be in the group. And she may die, she gets stabbed by a whisper, but that could be Jules or someone else. Kelly's putting on her Whisperer mask, or the Whisperer mask that Daryl brought back, so she doesn't have a meat poncho. Or maybe she has both. Maybe she has a meat poncho and the Whisperer mask. So she's double covered. She's double invisible. Daryl rocking the meat poncho. So I believe it's Daryl and Carol together, Kelly and Jerry, and Luke and Jules. The other 2, I'm not sure. And I just feel like it's Negan and Lydia. I don't know why, but I just feel like where are they going to be at during this chaos, during the attack at the hospital? Why not trying to leave as well? I would assume Negan is going to look after Lydia like a father, like her new parent, someone to protect her and help her. From who? Of course, Beta, and he's waiting in the wings. So maybe Beta doesn't survive, but I think he does. We need that threat going into season 11, and if he's still out there, he's a big threat. What about Virgil? We saw him in the opening minute sequence clip thing. He's still around. Does he die? Does he save people? Who's at Oceanside with him? Where's Rosita? What about these 2? I mean, they were fighting off whispers, and then we had that masked person who's probably going to save them. Hopefully that person's good, but I doubt we're going to have a character that hurts these 2. And I feel like this person to the left, the woman that passes Father Gabriel, and other Kingdomers and Hilltoppers that we don't really know, they could probably die and probably will die in season 10, episode 16. Well, not everyone will survive? Question mark? I'm sure Denise Huth is just saying like, maybe not everybody survives. Gotta check it out. But we're gonna watch either way, whenever it is. In a month, 2 months, hopefully way before that. But season 10, episode 16 sounds awesome. And I love talking about it. And I can't wait to watch it so we get these questions answered. Let me know your thoughts. post your comments below. Who do you think lives and dies in Season 10, Episode 16? And for those interested in my Zombie Apocalypse book series, Fight for Us, I hope you join the fight and pick up your copy today, as it supports the channel as well as the book series. Thank you guys for watching, and tell them, Daryl.
Yo, we love you guys. Honestly, thank you.